Hey everybody, just a quick update. This is what I've been working on. This used to be the rear garage door that broke, and that's the foundation I laid for that. That is going to be modified. It's going to be sitting this way instead of this way. The door will open up, and I've got extra refractory which is going to go in there to further insulate that and harden it so that I can pump up some high temperatures in there. And then that is going to vent out the back of that wall rather than the top. I don't want to disturb the top. So that's the alcove I've been working on. I'm certainly not the essential craftsman. I'm sure he would have done this different and a whole lot better. But it's what I did, and it'll do the job. I've got, for the winter, I painted the outside of the OSB. The siding was just more money than I wanted to spend, and I'm already into this a lot. So I decided to go ahead and paint it, get it ready for winter, and then springtime I'll go ahead and get the siding and finish siding it. But in all likelihood, this is going to be a temporary structure, at least for the next few years, and then at some point down the road I will eventually put the garage door back, so this will be coming out. So I didn't really tear any of the garage up to install this. I just mated it to the existing structure as much as possible. So I used up some used foam insulation for that wall, the remainder of what I had. And on the inside of this, I'm not going to put any insulation inside the studs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build up rock wool tiling all the way inside that, so that all that heat that produces will be contained in there. And I'm going to build a vent hood that will exhaust out the back, and hopefully the idea that I'm hoping for is none of that heat is going to spill into the shop. So it'll be nice and fireproof, won't be any issues, hopefully. But that's kind of the deal there. I really don't have any extra room in this shop, as small as it is, and I figured this is a pretty good idea, you know, for the cost of what it would have cost me to replace the garage door. I was able to build this. It's a good compromise. And that there's the motor and blower. Now the motor is mounted outside of that, so the heat can go through that without heating up the motor. And this intake's over there, so this will be sitting like that inside that alcove, blowing straight out the back. And then I will further shield that motor from any excess heat coming up that might get to it. And it's got a lot of CFM, and so that should do the trick. And that blower motor will mount right up there and then point directly back, and the hood will go right up to the opening. So I'm hoping that will be all I need and will ventilate that properly. If not, then I'm going to have to get a bigger blower and think about what I'm going to have to do. But I think that'll work. I bought it off a guy who was going to do the same exact thing that I'm doing. So the CFMs on it seem to be right, and it does blow a lot of air, so I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. So that's what I've been up to. It's been quite a lengthy job. It's taken probably 3 weeks to get this all built. I've got the roof tiled in with asphalt roofing tiles, and all that's been done properly, and the outside of the roofing has the flashing on it, so it's all good and waterproof. And it's just butted up against the garage. I still got, sealing to do with caulking and stuff, but I didn't undo any of the garage to do this because, like I said, this is going to come undone. And the roof is kind of shallow because, I got the roof coming down, kind of meeting that, and it's literally tucked right up against the whatever you call it. So that's it. That's what I've been up to. This will be the subject of a future video. And the idea, I'll be working like from this vantage point. My metal will be in there getting hot. Then I'll go directly to the press. From there to there. Then the hot metal will get dropped off here. This bandsaw is probably going to go. I haven't been able to cut metal with it. I don't know if I can slow the speed down enough, so I'm probably going to send it to the basement of the house where the wood shop is at, where I'm collecting woodworking tools. So this is going to be my working area right here for the forge and the press. And the press is next on the list. This is a lot of the supplies I got to get the hydraulic cart hooked up and get this all wired up and going. And then this area, I'm gonna put racks up so I can start storing my steel properly and keep it organized. And then this nightmare of a window, for whatever reason, opens in this way. That's gonna come out and get reversed around, so it'll open out that way. And I'm gonna leave this as an open bench. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with this area yet, so it'll just remain to be seen. And I'm not sure where I'm going to put the buffer as of yet. I don't know. I want to keep it mobile. I don't want to stick it in one spot and leave it there, but that might end up going over where the bandsaw is if I remove the bandsaw, which it looks like I'm probably going to do. So that's it. That's the update. That's what I've been up to. And I got to tell you, that doesn't look like much, but that's been one heck of a lot of work.